Wildflowers on one of the plane's burnt and crumpled wings. The first memorial on site for the 298 people aboard flight MH17. Some were placed there by Baba Katya. Her son's house is just meters away from the main debris of the Boeing 777.
Жалко, конечно, жалко.
It's very sad for all the people, the pilot, the children. It's awful to see something like this happening in our country.
After lying uncovered in these fields since the plane fell from the sky, emergency workers put the bodies in bags and laid them on the roadside. These armed separatist fighters came down the hill to our location where we've been broadcasting for the last couple of hours. And for the first time in 48 hours since this crash happened, we've been told to get out of the area because investigators are coming in. Soon after we were moved back, the European monitoring mission arrived. After initial confusion and standoff, the monitors were let into the area of the crash, but more negotiation was needed.
I am saying no to the OSCE.
They were eventually allowed into more areas of the crash site than their trip on Friday, which ended with warning shots fired and an early exit.
The incident site is rather large. We understand it goes beyond what we have seen, but we will consult with those that are in charge here to see whether we get access to other sites.
As the Dutch foreign minister arrived in Kiev with a group of investigators, the Ukrainian government continued its push for more international access.
The pro-Russia rebels are not allowing investigators to collect and transfer the evidence. Rescue groups are currently working under the threat of armed rebels.
A small step forward for these European monitors, but with restricted access and fighting nearby, an international investigation is not expected in the coming hours. At the end of the day, volunteer coal miners helped bring in more bodies from the fields. They were then loaded onto trucks, but there's still a question over where they will go and how they'll be identified, so they can make their way to their final resting place. Scott Heidler, Al Jazeera, Grobovo, Ukraine.